Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. While meditating, Vijay is telling, I saw images of gods painted on canvas. How many gods, how many different things they said. I said to myself, I shall go to Master, he will explain all to me. Master, you saw correctly. Kedar, God assumes forms for the sake of his devotees. Through ecstatic love, a devotee sees God with form. Kedar is telling, Master is telling, you saw correctly. Vijay is explaining. Vijay is having the vision. And Kedar, Master is telling, you saw it correctly. Kedar is telling in between, God assumes forms for the sake of his devotees. All are in a different mood and different world, different dimensions of thinking. Each one is tuned to other. So they freely express their inner understandings and firm convictions. A devotee might not have seen God, but his devotion and faith, especially in the presence of other devotees who are of the same nature, devotees to devotees, the devotional aspect differ. Some may like singing the names and glories of God. Some may like serving people, seeing God in him. Some may feel, oh, I shall clean the temple, water the plants from where the flower goes to for the worship. So each has his tendency. Even is in Rajasic mood, he'll be always Rajasic, running about and working for God. Some are in Sattvic way. They want to calmly sit in a place and call on God and sing his glories without the knowledge of people. Some have they are all mine, we are all one. Let us sing and dance and play. No, we all are devotees, but you see the difference. Their own nature is projecting forth in various ways. Now, when it comes to the same nature, they are in the same tone, they are in the same dimension of thinking. When this happens, they are able to think, and when they are talking, they are speaking in the same language, same way of expression. Say, now Kedar, Vijay, Ram Thakur, all these people are together, you see. You saw correctly. Kedar is telling. Means it is not an ordinary thing when it comes from the mouth of a person who is in the presence of God and totally he is in tune with that thought wave. God assumes forms for the sake of devotees. What a firm conviction. These convictions will lead us to realize, with all means unshaken faith, this is called working faith. After realizing God, the faith that comes is absolute faith. The first that we have faith with which we go to temple, we bow down to God. Whenever we have difficulties, we pray to God. All these are lower standards of faith. Always there is an alternative. For lower standards of faith, we have an alternative. We'll pray, at the same time we preserve the ego, not pray and independently work on it. I'm extremely sick, or sickness which I cannot manage myself, or house people are not able to manage. I have to go to a doctor. I will pray, I'm going to doctor. You please help me. All this. Now, when I go to, then I will go to the doctor. Doctor, I tell all my difficulties, problems and all. When I'm telling, I have forgotten God. I am not remembering God and awakening the God in the doctor. If I am dependent on God, he will be telling doctor all his grievances or problems, and at the same time we pray. You make him, intuit him from inside, how he has to treat, what he has to do. He is seeing God to make it come out of his mouth. What can cure him? Now you see, the faith is different. He has prayed, he has offered his prayers and going and independently dealing with the doctor. There he has forgotten the doctor. Again, after coming, he goes to the shrine and prays, I went to the doctor, I told him this. He offers that. That is lowest. When he praying to God, going to him, depending on God and talking to the doctor, expecting the God to speak to him and treat through the doctor. How much difference it makes. Here we see a little elevated state of faith. Faith with dependence. Everywhere it depends on God. Vinayakanandaji Maharaj was in US. Body was a little aged, not like youngsters, but he is moving with youngsters. And they are in 25, 30s, all youngsters, Americans. He is moving, he is going somewhere, walking this, that and all. A small stream comes, about 4.5, 5 feet stream. The boys just run and jump and go away. He thinks, what to do now? If I miss it, I will fall into the stream. He thinks for a while and he wants to jump. He is confident also, he is not confident also. May or may not. So, last moment, he just remembers Swamiji. Vivekananda. Immediately that spirit comes. Yes, I can. That spirit, it is just a thing. Suppose he had not thought of that, Swamiji, any amount of prayer, he cannot receive that spirit of Swamiji. He did not pray to Swamiji, but remembered Swamiji. It made him to jump over. Like that. There you see that dependence. Yes, that he is drawing the spirit. He is drawing the energy. He is drawing the enthusiasm, the capability. Everything is drawing just by a momentary thought that can take him across. So here comes the word dependence. The dependence is not immediately independent incident. He went on. Each time he goes somewhere to talk to people, he will remember each time, you talk through this body, you talk through this body. I only sit in. While driving, whether you drive the vehicle, I am holding the steering only. You have to drive. That handing over, it's a constant practice. It will not come all of a sudden. By grace of God, when the emergency is there, independent of this one, God's grace intuits him. Even at the time of death, when death comes, we do not know. The death comes unexpected, an accident, a fall. But at that times, the God will intuit him to drop away the whole world of the past, present and future, and suddenly peep beyond and grip the Lord, as if he is stretching his hand beyond his limits. God is stretching his hands into the mouth of the person who is dying to hold him. This is because of his constant dependence throughout the life for everything. He's going for bath. He is telling, be with me. Where do we find Sri Ramakrishna going for bath to Ganga? When he is getting the mother, hold me, otherwise I will slip and fall. Every time you see him remembering every step, everything he is doing, like a child, helpless child. There comes the constant, again and again practice. At every moment, am I remembering God and depending on Him? The dependence, writing a letter, writing something, depending on God. If you write, it transforms people. It conveys what the divine will and nature's plan is through that writing. Otherwise, I may give any amount of intelligence or anything, the way in which I present. It can be anything. It will be just like a science book. Now modern, all artificial intelligence. All this, it's only mechanical practice, this one working forces, working in nature. This is something beyond. From the transcendental, an unknown help is coming. Because life is going away. We are in a foreign world where we don't have a place to rest. To keep moving from one body to another body. From continuously moving. Where is the end? Somewhere which is unmoving eternal existence. To that we have to cling now, to move. Everything is moving. You can see in a vehicle how fast it moves. Every part is moving except the axle on which the wheels are moving. That alone is stationary. If you can somehow, an ant is climbing, as long as it is in wheel, it will be thrown away, it will be stepped upon. But if it runs and sits on the axle, the whole vehicle is running, the wheels are running, but he is just looking the whole play going on, sitting on the axle which doesn't move. It is moving. Vehicle is moving, it is also moving. It is seeing the fun. If it is on the wheel, it is tossed up and down, up and down, up and down. So here, they going to the hub, the center where it is not moving. That is God. How do we express that? God is unmoved primary. He is setting the whole thing moving. Unmoved primal movement. It is drive. He is mover. Unmoved mover. He moves everything. So this movement, he is unmoved. So that prayer constantly. You take me into your arms, keep me on your lap, and then you will see the whole world as fun. The whole lives going on at the will of God, according to a definite law and order. It is not haphazardly moving. Everything is constantly moving, not haphazardly, according to a definite law. And that law is called rhythm. Rhythm. Not ra. That particular, it's called rhythm. Om Rim Rhythm. So that rhythm is cosmic order, dharma is social order, karma is individual order. We have to hold on to the divine, transcending all these, the orders, including the nature and its law. We are peeping beyond to a dimension which is not governed by the nature, but nature is supported by it. So this here, God assumes through ecstatic love, a devotee sees with form. The unmoved prime mover, he is taking forms. He is unmoved. That Aja, which doesn't have birth, is taking birth. A birthless thing which doesn't have birth and death is taking birth for the sake of his children, devotees. For the sake of his devotees, God assumes forms. Through ecstatic love of God, devotee sees the form. Durga had a vision of the Lord. He said, "Why don't your earrings move?" The Lord said, "They will move if you move them." Kedar is telling, he is expert in the scriptures also. All these Puranas and all, they will read. And from there, Sri Ramakrishna collects to give to others. Now and then. Oh, he was telling like that. How beautifully he said, he explained that incident like that. Dhruva had a vision of Lord. He said, "Why don't your earrings move?" How beautiful, you see. How Dhruva is observing. Instead of seeing his expressions, movements, he's seeing his hearing is not moving. A small boy, child, they will move if you move them. Because the thought of the devotee is the expression of God. As you think of him, so he manifests. He wanted the vision of God. He never thought of his earrings must be moving. If he thinks earring must move, immediately it will start moving. If you move it, they will move. Master, one must accept everything. God with form and God without form. While meditating in Kali temple, I noticed Ramani, a prostitute. I said, "Mother, I see that thou art that form too. Therefore, I say, one must accept everything. One does not know when and how God will reveal himself." How many times we saw God coming in various forms in the lives of saints. All are sitting, Guru is sitting, Kanakadasa is sitting. Kanakadasa belonged to a lower class, and all others were higher class devotees and disciples. And he was one of the one, and totally dedicated to God. Except God, he doesn't know anything. Except God, he doesn't have anything. Others have education, others have knowledge, others have the proficiency. All are capable. They can argue, they can discuss, they know. But he doesn't know anything. His knowledge is God. His path is God. His movements are God. Everything God has stood like an infant lying down on the lap of mother. Everything has to be done by mother. Like that is his attitude. And then Guru is teaching something, and Guru is teaching God can be in any form. He comes in this form, this, that, and all. People are, oh yes, God comes in many forms and all that. And then a snake comes inside. All the pandits will run away. And then Kanakadasa alone will be there with his Guru. He sings a beautiful song. And the snake just stands up in the form of his Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata had come in the form. Guru is telling, God can come in any form. Again, same thing happens. Next time, a dog enters. A huge dog, Alsatian dog, barking and jumping, it comes inside. Oh, nobody will be there except Kanakadasa and his Guru. And he shows his form and disappears. How that we accept. When practically comes, we will run away. We cannot see. Therefore, I say, one must accept everything. One does not know when and how will God reveal himself. The Master sang, a mendicant has come to us, ever absorbed in divine moods. Master sang. Only one line is there. And it is continuing. Somewhere it must have been sung already. A mendicant has come to us, ever absorbed in divine moods. Sri Ramakrishna is as if he is telling his own life or presentation. Vijay, God has infinite power. Can he not reveal himself in any form he chooses? Man is a speck of dust, and he dares come to a conclusion about God. How amazing! God has infinite powers. He can reveal himself in any form. If you want to see any form, you can see that form. Even if this happens, actually this happens in the Savikalpa Samadhi. First, how you conceive God. Suppose you are meditating on Krishna. How you conceive, because Krishna's so many paintings are there. Every calendar in the houses you go, an entirely different way he is presented. His form is different. There is no identity except the feather in the head and pitambara, all this. Otherwise, the face cut is entirely different. Each one is depicting in his own imagination. And then you see one of that pictures I like, I go and keep it in my house and start meditating and loving that form which pleases me most and my heart has set upon. With that as the now going on loving God in that form, when he enters by grace of God one day into that Savikalpa Samadhi, God reveals himself in the same way what he was conceiving God as, what form he was worshipping. After long interaction, again and again entering into Samadhi, meeting God and all that, getting intimately acquainted, slowly when the intimacy develops, then God will slowly ask him, do you want to see when I was really Krishna, how I looked like? Then he will reveal his Krishna form, how he looked. And there the Chaitanya becoming, here it was his mental conception, the God has taken that form. There, God has really taken the human form, and it is Chaitanya who is appearing as matter. When it sees there is no matter in it, he has taken the material form also to please the Bhakta. In Samadhi, it is material form. Now he sees his Chaitanya form. Chidgana, it is no matter but shining with Chaitanya consciousness. Consciousness is condensed and taken a form. When he sees a whole thing, he undergoes first time a higher transformation of himself being independent of material aspects of existence. Then God goes on now and then showing different forms. Then he understands God can take any form. The difference between form and form, difference between mantra and mantra, dissolve. Now, this is the state. God can take any form. It is actually experienced by a devotee in his Samadhi Sthiti. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.